Okay, let's get this started up here. I'm already kind of in here working on legs, trying to get them to look significantly better because they look like crap. So yeah, I'm in here cleaning up the legs. Got to work out better. I have I have messed with the setup on my tablet, like moving stuff around on my desk, so it'll be less awkward working with it. And let me kind of clear this up. And then we'll go and get the stream started. I can start actually talking to my public and my people. Still not really happy with the way legs are shaping up so far. There's a substantial amount of cleanup that I need. And it may take a substantial amount of time. Now, how much of this is going to go away when I do some shading? That's the real thing. I've made her legs too skinny. Like they're way too skinny. I don't know why I've done that. Why have I done that? This one's probably fine. Although, um, this one over here looks fine. This one over here is a mess. I need to mess around with these substantially more. But regardless, I've got to jump down into voice chat and turn on the screen share just in case somebody shows up, which nobody has yet, and nobody did last week. Who the fuck knows? Why do I even bother screen? Shouldn't be it. When it comes out. Yep, that's it. Okay. It's just weird the way it previews, yes. I've been coughing a lot lately. I'm kind of phlegmy. I don't really know why. But anyway, so let's jump back in here. Let's start fixing. Turn on brush. Let's take it back to line art. Want take it over here. Back, back up 8 1 and want leg here. Up a little bit here. going to come over here. Better. That looks architecture there. And then this shoe wider. This place wider, more substantial leg. Up. I'm sorry if my audio wasn't running that well. I got a little bit distracted and forgot to bring the microphone over where it belonged. Let's come over to our color brush. And clean that up a bit. Clean this up a bit. We'll see how this looks. Add a farther zoom. Let's go up there and we'll see what we got now. Maybe? These calves need to come higher up. The calves need to be right about the line art layer. Need to come up right about here. As we're coming straight across, here's the top, but now that's where the top of the shoes is supposed to be. That's where the top of the knees is supposed to be. Huh. Why do these look... Hold on, let's clear out this little spot there. And we'll go jump back to color, grab that. Go back to our... We're on color. Oh, it's because we're still in the vector eraser. That is a common mistake I make. I should stop making it. I should remember to switch tools when I am switching what I am doing. Top of the calf, it should be right here. That's where it was before, and I have been doing that a little low. So, okay. Now brush, line art, black. There we go. Let's clean up the exterior bits there. That should be smoother. And Now we're getting a bit of a better look. Okay, so back to brush. We're gonna give her a slightly funkier knee here. Not a whole lot hunkier, just kind of bump it out a bit there. And then lace it in like so. Probably the single most important thing any art teacher ever taught me was the only way to learn what you did wrong is to fix it. Let's see what we got going on now. Yeah, that hunkiness doesn't really work, does it? Okay, so let's erase that, erase that. Back to our brush. Take that up. And swoop that down. But let's swoop it down with a little cross into the kneecap there. That's a little more thickness than I think Gura should have. There we go, right there. Let's go to our color layer. Clean stuff up a little bit more in there. Up here where the tail is. Oh, gotta go to my line art layer to get that bit. That bit, that bit. Now we go back to brush, back to color. Clear up that. Fill in that. Let's see how we're doing now. That'll look a bit better when it's shaded. Those legs do not look especially good. I think I'm gonna have to go can't be helped. We're on line art brush. Close that up. Clean up that little bit there. Back to color. Into the brush. Okay, so let's fill that in somewhat. I would like to get started on panel 4 this week. But I'm not going to rush panel 3 or phone it in. If it takes me an extra week, then it takes me an extra week. Okay, so there's that. Let's clean that up a bit. Clean that up a bit. And Let's zoom out and see what we got. You know, I don't think I'm going to improve the legs substantially more. So that is just what they're going to be. I do not have the appropriate understanding to fix these, so I will simply leave them the way they are. Because the best you can do is the best you can do. I am, however, going to add the modesty shorts. They're come down to color, and we're going to fill those in. So I'm going to add in the modesty shorts just so it's not too just so it's not too terribly lewd. There are far too many Guraludes out there. I am running out of disk space. That joke has gotten so old by this time. Okay, so pull out on that. We've already established the modesty shorts are higher than that. So this is not especially lewd. And we can just pull that. Rub it out in. So let's do just the spot I touch. Get that little bit. Back to brush. Grab that. Back to the color layer. Pull that in there. And now we'll replace this. So yeah, line art layer, back to intersection mode, and there we go. Back to color layer, back to brush. And now let's pull out and take a look at that. Not bad. Let's add in the line art layer. We're going to add in her little chompy bits. Let's do just what I touched there. Then we'll do intersection for the rest of it. And now I can wipe out on the color layer these areas inside of the chompy bits. And now I can come out here and I can go brush, line art layer, black. There's the slash. There's the rest of the tail there. And now we go color. And it's 3 X's, right? No, it's 4. There we go. Now, we'll pull back from that, and here, we've got to do an airbrushy thing. First, we need to select, and let's select in the color layer that bit right there. Okay, and now we're going to grab the airbrush. We're going to put that on white, and we're just going to now we're going to cancel the selection, and that looks a little bright. So let's come over here to the blending tool, and see if we can't fuzz that in a little bit. So it's a little less. A little less prominent. I want to get that up in there, and then we want to hit blend again. And pull out on that. That looks pretty good. All right, we got to do better shoes. So, clearing up vectors first of all on the line art layer. And run that, and that, and that. Come on. Okay. Back to brush. No, we'll work from that. There we go. Let's pull these little bits here, and these little bits here. And then we'll come over to color, grab this, go to brush instead of vector eraser, because I'm an idiot. And then we'll fill that in, like so. Erase that bit. We'll finish up the shoes over here a little. And let's back to line art. I'm going to pull that. What I want here is I want, well, I'm going to come down here to black and, oops. So there's the strap. There's the edge of the foot. There's the, I'm going to come back to the color layer and I'm just going to wipe out a whole bunch of this. Let's just clear all of that out. And we'll go back to the brush. Eight. That needs to be. So let's go in black. Put that there. That goes there. Then a little scalloped edge. And here, let's pull the edge of this shoe. Oh, I did all of that on the color layer. Wonderful. So back to the color layer. And we're going to go back to erasing. We're going to erase all that crap. Now we're going to come back to, back to the brush, back to the line art layer. Brush. Black. Black. I'll put that in there. We'll follow through to create the little fantail. And I'll go to the eraser and pull that, because I want that to come out of kind of there. About like that. And go back to, and that can be pulled a bit. And we'll replace it and pull that bit that we drew through. Finish that part up. Now let's grab our color. There. And finally, we come back to our line art layer and we want to do our little toe thingy. It just needs to be in black, like so. There we are. Back to our color layer. Fill in this space. Get our strap done. And then we can go to the white. So all of this in. can go slightly larger. Fill in that space. Jump back to our line art and pull these ugly little bits there. Back to color, grab this, the brush. Now, we do need to come back to line art to come back to line art so we can get the soul in place. There we go. And now we go back to our color layer. And we grab black. You know what? I need to clean up these lines. Even though you won't be able to see them in the final piece. So we'll get that taken care of. And then that's on the line art layer, which is not where I want it. Okay, and now we flip back to color, flip back to black, and we'll fill this in. That's one shoe. We're almost ready to move on to shading. I'm terrible at shading, but it is what it is. Okay, and then we'll that up a little there and fill in these little bits here. Another bit there, and grab that a little bit. Okay, line art layer. Now back to color layer, back to brush. There we go. And pull this out. Now we need to start thinking about how we're going to shade this, but before we do that, we need to clean up this absolute train wreck of a shoe. We're going to go clean brush. I'm just going to pull all of the color off of this. There we go. And now we're going to yank out on the line art layer. We're going to pull all of these lines, even that one. And we need to come down here. We need to get our there's that. Get some of this color in there where it belongs. Some of that color out of there where it doesn't belong. Back to our line art layer, back to our eraser, we'll kick that in there. And now, back to the brush. We're going to do the edge of the shoe there. Let's pull that and that. There's that edge of the shoe. Now we'll pull in that edge here. Now pull those, swoop up. Here's where I'm going to swoop up and around. And this is where things get fun. Because here we want to do the, well, first things first. Well, we don't have to do anything. We're going to cover all of that up. Okay, so back to the brush. We swoop down to about here, where we have a scallopy thingy. That's about right. Pull that bit off of there. And this needs to come up just barely under that. And now we've got the strap across the shoe. Like so. Clean that up a bit. There we are. We pull that bit and that bit. Well, hold on. Still need the toe cap there. And then we need the big hunky sole on the shoe, like so. And now we are ready to start adding color. So get that pulled in, and get that pulled in there. I'm not 100% happy with that, but it is what it is. Grab that color. Get the strap taken care of. Now the sock. Okay. We got white over here. Get that taken care of through there. This bit over here. And now we can go a little bit larger. We'll get that taken care of. Clean up these little bits here. And we'll grab black. And see what we got there. Not bad. We got our shoes done, and now we need to jump in here and do some shading. There's a lot of shading that needs to... a lot of shading that needs to be done in through here. And I'm going to come up to our shading layer. We're going to grab this level and why did that not grab the color? There we go. Now we have kind of a shadow here. Comes all the way up. And then that needs to be blended substantially. Like so. And just follow the contour of the underlying 3D object. And we now have some indication that, yeah, what we're looking at is something in shadow. Now behind this, for example, we're going to need a kind of shadow there. That's going to have to be like that's too dark. Let's go a little lighter on that. And same thing here. Follow the contour of the underlying 3D object. And back to brush. Shadow up in here that doesn't need to be blended at all. And we got substantially darker on the other one, didn't we? Maybe like so. That's better. Clean up the edges. And there we go. Now, over here, and we're going to need to grab this, and we're going to need some shading along both arms. Also going to have some shading back. It's not gonna. That's not right, is it? We're going to need to come through here. There's going to be some shading back there. And then all of that is going to get blended. Blend that down. So, and sure we fuzz that edge out a little bit. And now we need to get a bit of shading in there. This again, not a huge amount. Now, I'm gonna clean up that hand, but I'm not really sure how. shade the inside of the legs. We're going to do the little Y thing under the knees. And that should give us a substantial alteration in how everything fits together. So, a little shadow there. This is definitely an improvement. We need to how does that look? I think we need a little shading. Here, some calves. Back of this calf is way too low, so let's go fix that. Brush and come down here to black. Brush, not fill. 8, not 17. There. Now I come back to our other knee. Come back up in here. Back to our intersection mode. That taken care of. And now grab that color. Come down to the color layer. Switch back to the brush, which I have once again forgotten to do. Get that fixed. Now we go back to our shading layer. I'm going to take this shading on the inside of the legs there, and we're going to blend it. So it's not quite as stark. Okay. And then we need to pull that bit. Just kind of clear that up. It's on the color list. Yeah, there we go. And now, okay, that looks reasonably good. Do I want to forge ahead and hit 4, or do I want to mess around and try to clean up? I want to clean up. I gotta clean up. Among other things, we forgot to do a little fastener here. Look at that. Is that a filled? No, that's a hollow one. Okay. I'm gonna clean up that bit there, and we do need some shading underneath the teeth. In fact, the teeth are kind of sloppy, so let's fix that. Go in and fix this tooth here, tooth here, tooth here. And now, clean up the inside of that. Have that little bit. Clean up those. Clean up that. And a couple of these other pieces. There we go. And now we can go into color. Sure, we're in brush. Clean up the inside of the teeth. How that's shaded. Up that little bit there and that little bit there. And now we'll jump into our shading layer and we'll take this kind of medium gray. Just kind of go there and there. I'm going to have a little shading from the edges of the teeth. Like so. And then we'll blend that somewhat. And you can barely even notice that, but it's there. Okay, so, shadow the dress. There definitely needs to be a shadow of the dress. So, right. Oh, it's still in blend mode. Right here. That is a substantial shadow there. And there's a little shadow of the sleeve over here. So it's that. Now we blend that in. Okay, so that gives us a that gives us a somewhat better look, but I feel like this needs to be a deeper shadow. So we'll redo that somewhat. There's a just under here though. And now we'll blend that in. We'll pull out from that, and there we have a slightly better result there. So, okay. All right. So, oh shit, we're close to an hour. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night on this, but we've got 3 panels. We've got 3 panels. Holy shit. There's 3 panels done. The 4th one. You know what? I am gonna go ahead and just start on the 4th one here. And what was that? Was that this? No. Was that here? Yeah, that's it. Okay, there we go. So this is the curtain call pose, and we're going to start from the sketch area. I'm going to go ahead and kind of rough in the idea for this. And what we're going to have is we're going to have the head looking down. And here are the shoulders and the arms, and her hands are coming up here. And she's got kind of the... So what we want here is, we want sort of her face poking out of the hood here. And with her head down, we'll be able to see the fin on the back. So we're going to want kind of those big Gora eyes kind of looking over the edge of the dress as she's got it pulled up. And she's just looking down. And there's just nothing there. Not sure whether she'd have much of a thigh gap or not. She should. She looks like she's got the bone structure for it. The hips are going to be right here, which means the crotch is going to be right here. It's going to be about exactly halfway in the middle. So right about here. And then there will be this pair of modesty shorts that she's wearing. They'll come down to about here. And yeah, that'll be that. That'll be a tummy button, of course. There must be a tummy button. There must eventually be a tummy button. So yeah, that's the concept for the next. Let's scoot this over a little bit. Let's, scoot that over a bit and give some breathing room. And the tail at this point is just going to be hanging like straight down and sort of slumped on the floor. I made her tail way too short on this one. I may need to fix that. Honestly, her tail's way too long on these two because that's probably about the correct length of her tail. Okay, but that's the general rough in, and I'm going to stop at that general rough in just so we have that basic idea. But yeah. Where do I want that? I want that about here, I think. There we go, right about there. That's about perfect. Okay. I'll screenshot that. Pop that on Twitter. I'm not even bothering with Instagram anymore. It's just a pain in the butt. Okay, so we'll screenshot that, and that will be the video. And for those of you that are watching this on YouTube, do the little YouTube dance. Like, comment, subscribe. Share it with your friends. Everybody wants to see an hour of some stranger drawing. But anyway, that'll be that, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and get this up on YouTube. So, okay, bye.